Finally, I'm able to get this out. Man, I worked so hard and long to try to make sure this draft class was done properly, done as accurately as possible, and I finally finished. It probably looked like, as one person put on Twitter, as though I was slacking, but that was the furthest thing from the case. This took a long time, a lot of redos and let me fix that, let me fix that, because it wasn't exactly the way I wanted it. And the thing of it is you're gonna do a post draft class, then it should be the way you want it. You know what I'm saying? That's the way I look at it. So I am putting this bad boy out here right now. Just some people see this one here. You see this one here? This one was put out in error, so that's why I never talked about it, because I made a mistake and clicked on save and share as opposed to just save. So the one that I am about to drop right now, you're seeing me as I do it. This one is the one that has all my finishing touches on it. If it's wrong, and it's just going to be a difference of opinion, but not a mistake. Everything here is the way I wanted to have it, statistically based, as well as with a sprinkle of expectations that are, that have come with, based on, where these guys are being selected and that sort of thing, and my own evaluation of them, other players, based off of what I watched. Obviously, like I said, the stats and that sort of thing. So if you follow me on Twitter or read any of my writings for Bleacher Report and my draft evaluations, you know that I believe D'Angelo Russell is the true superstar in this draft, barring some sort of injury or unfortunate happenstance. Thus, he is the highest rated player on the game. Jaleel Okafor's there, and I've updated the faces, everything. I put in work. Now you may be like, Jerry and Grant. Hey, statistically, Jerry and Grant, and size-wise and athleticism and all that sort of thing, Jerry and Grant's rating, the stats back him up. Same thing with DeLon Wright. Drastically improved outside shooter in his last season. This was one of the only things still remaining from his game. Karl Anthony Towns. Yeah, haircut is hard to find. JP Tucaro. Statistically, hey, it backs it up. Very efficient player. Doesn't shoot a lot of threes, doesn't make a lot of them, but very efficient player. Emmanuel Mudiay, we went basically on video and the statistics that he put together in China for 16 games. TJ McConnell, this is not spelled wrong because we didn't know how to spell McConnell. Game doesn't let you use the word McConnell for whatever reason. Same thing with McCullough. So that's that. But as far as statistically, this guy had one of the highest assist to turnover ratios in the nation. Good 3-point shooter, very efficient. Just athletically, he's not that great. That's why his potential is not very high. Brandon Dawson's is like the small forward version of McConnell from that standpoint. Cameron Payne I really am high on him. Very much high on him. I think he, right after Russell and Mudiay, I think him and DeLon Wright, right there. Jerry and Grant, I think they're in the same category. I like him a lot. Mario Hezonja, this dude can put it in the basket. I was watching his video, man, just all of the videos, just a lot of them. This dude can play, man. I would not be surprised at all to see him average about 14 points a game. It's a rookie. I wouldn't be at all. Jordan Mickey, to me, one of the most underrated players in the draft. Josh Richardson, also a little bit underrated. Justice Winslow with the 72. Kiefer Sykes didn't even get drafted, but man, the stats show he deserved a good rating. R.J. Hunter. Now, people are saying, hey, he's a better shooter than he indicated, and all that, and I gave him a little bit of love with that in regards to the badges, but I had to go by the stats with the shooting, and shot 30% from 3-point range. So Robert Upshaw did not get drafted, but I think everyone knows he didn't get drafted because of off the court stuff. You know, if it was just based on, you know, on the court stuff, he would probably have been a lottery pick. Satnam Singh hooked him up. He's huge, and if you look at the workout videos, he knocks down the jump shot pretty well. And the word is he has range out to NBA 3-point range. I didn't go crazy with that, but I did make him able to shoot the ball. Tyler Harvey, one of my he's one of the guys I think has a real chance to be a surprise. Rondé Hollis Jefferson, yeah, Jefferson didn't fit right there, but I believe it shows it on the back of his jersey. So Jarrell Martin also underrated to me. Kristaps Porzingis, everybody knows talent-wise he's up there, raw talent, but it's going to take him a minute. So he's got a high potential rating, but we kept him tame a bit here with the overall. Tyus Jones, Montrezl Harrell, we got Stanley Johnson, Shannon Scott, and you'll notice here's Sir Dominic Pointer. You notice there's some guys who didn't get drafted in here, like Shannon Scott, you know, Kiefer Sykes. And I wanted to put some of those guys in so you'd have some of the guys who signed as undrafted free agents, or, you know, since we'll be probably playing this during the summer league, you'll see some of those guys. You want to have some of those guys in. The Bulls, Bobby Portis, Marcus Erickson. I even got the draft and stash guys. Daniel Diaz, Sam Decker is not a draft and stash guy. This is Pat Connaughton. No, I did not misspell it incorrectly because they won't let you use Connaughton. I don't know why. Something with the C-O-N's. I don't know what it is. But Willie Cauley-Stein, I didn't change. You know what? I'll go ahead and take the trill off. Some people don't like the trill, even though that is legally his name now. But I don't think you're going to see him called that much. So I went ahead and took that off. Willie Cauley-Stein, though. Larry Nance Jr. didn't put the junior there. Also didn't put the "you better watch your mouth" about future teammate there. Frank Kaminsky. Now, Frank Kaminsky, I got him as a power forward / center. And I think that's probably what he should do, I believe. Yeah, I think I'm going to keep that there. Because I think he's going to be more of a stretch 4 than a stretch 5. Darren Hilliard. Got Raheem Christmas, went to the Cavaliers. Kelly Oubre Jr. Stormin Norman Powell. We had Miles Turner. Nikola Radicevic went to the Nuggets. Rashawn Holmes, one of the 9 million people that went to the Philadelphia 76ers. Justin Anderson to the Mavericks. Devin Booker went to Phoenix. His rating's kind of low. Breonte Weber did not get drafted. Tore his knee up horribly. But probably would have been drafted had it not been for the injury. I mean, this dude is a defensive demon. He is a beast on the defense. And he's pretty fast, too, and has very athletic. Before the injury, you know, we can just only hope that he maintains his athleticism and able to pick his career up. Katie Lalonde to the San Antonio Spurs. You got Quinn Cook, went undrafted. Ryan Boatwright went undrafted. We're going into the guys, some of the ones that went undrafted. Terry Rozier to the Celtics. Michael Frazier the second, undrafted. Joe Young, I'm trying to remember. Pacers, I think it was he went to. Yeah. Andrew Harrison to Memphis. Cliff Alexander, undrafted. Trevion Graham, undrafted. Olivier Hanlon to Utah. Aaron Harrison, undrafted. Chris Walker, undrafted, and a really funny face. Jawan Staten, undrafted. Christian Wood, did he go undrafted? I think he went undrafted too. Allen Williams, undrafted. Juan Valle, he was drafted. I think he might have got traded around. I think we went to Brooklyn. But you probably won't see him. He's a draft and stash guy. C.D. Osman to Cleveland. Probably a draft and stash guy. Nikola Milutinov to the Spurs. Trey Lyles to Utah. Anthony Brown to the Lakers. Brandon Ashley, undrafted. Chris McCullough, there again is the name thing, to Brooklyn. LeBron Nash, undrafted. Aaron White, man, I'm testing myself with these. Man, I can't remember if it was Brooklyn or Houston. I had to look that up. I could look it up now. I'm trying to see how much I remember. Marcus Thornton to Boston. Kevon Looney to Golden State. Guillermo Hernan Gomez to Philly. Rashad Vaughn to Milwaukee. Arturas Guardatis, he went actually to the 76ers, but they traded him, the rights to him, to the Kings for Carl Landry, Nick Stauskas, and Jason Thompson. Believe it or not, I'm not reading this. I've been messing with this draft class so long. I know this stuff by heart now. Dakari Johnson, Oklahoma City, I believe. Demetrios Agravanis. I don't think this is. No, this isn't Philly. It's like the next to last pick in the draft, though. I don't remember if it was Atlanta or who it is, but he's probably drafting stash. And this guy, Nando Douglas, these guys here are all created guys, system generated guys. Except for Luka Mitrovic. He also went to the 76ers. But that's it. The rest of these guys are system generated guys. So they're like, don't draft me's for the most part. So that's that. That's the draft class, man. And I appreciate y'all watching. Now, I'm going to show you what I'm doing. But here we go. We're going to save and share the draft class. And, okay, so this is what I want to do. Let me see something here. All right, so this has to be an update. So it's going to come in as an update. So I wasn't sure about that at first, but it has to be an update. So the one that I've done before, it's the same. It's under the same name because I never changed the name. And now it's an update. So here is, let's see. Here's the draft class here. So it's this one here, the most realistic 2015 draft. It's been downloaded 854 times, but those times got a partial. Now with the one update, and pretty much the only update, I have no really reason to update it anymore. It's time to move on. Get back to some baseball and get to actual having some seasons with this, with this Legends, some my GM, my leagues with this Legends roster as well as with this one. That's what I want to do. But there it is. It's out there for you. I appreciate everybody's patience. Now, I mentioned a my GM with this roster. And I've already started it. I didn't start playing, but I kicked it off. Here we go. This, essentially what I've done is I've made the moves, to have the free agent moves that have already taken place. I've already done those and put those out there, the major ones. For the most part, I think I got almost everything. And then, the draft day trades and all of that has been done. But of course, these guys, the big time guys all of the rookies are here. Some of them didn't make the team. The team elected to basically say that they didn't make the team. So some of the second round guys. So the Sixers had so many picks, so all of their guys didn't make the team. But if you look, the Bucks are here with Greg Monroe, Carter Williams, Jabari Parker, Chris Middleton, Giannis Antetokounmpo. Let's see. Rashad Vaughn's there. So here's the deal. I know a lot of people are probably like, well, I want this roster. Next year, this is the way that I will do it, because I didn't realize that this is how it was until actually after I'd already started doing this. The best way, if you're going to do a post-draft roster, right? The best way to do it is to don't do it as a draft class. Do it as a roster. Make it an actual roster file. Reason being is because you won't have to wait. I mean, you won't have to play a season to get access to the draft class, and you'll be able to tinker or do whatever you want to do with free agency and all of that. So you can really make an updated roster. And so that's one thing that I learned, and that's what I will do moving forward. I was just too deep in the game at that point to do that at this point, so that's why I didn't do it now. But and that's why this is not exactly perfect, but this is the roster I'm gonna play with, because I went ahead and I changed everything. And it's still a work in progress because there's a lot of guys who we don't know where they're going to end up. Like, there's a lot of thought that Marcus Smart's going to ultimately end up getting traded. Boston made him available on draft day, so we don't know what's going to happen with that. You got a lot of things here that could happen. I had to alter some salaries to get this to work because of the way I did it, which I won't do it that way moving forward, So that's just what it is. So, but that's it. This is the roster I'm going to use for my YouTube series that can't wait to dive into. Also can't wait, like I said, to get back into the baseball. And Madden's coming out next month, so it's a lot going on. I got, like I said, I've told you guys before, I got a lot of stuff going on now, but I am so happy that something huge is going to be off my plate at the end of September, and I am really truly anticipating that opening up a lot of time for me to be able to be as consistent as I want to be with YouTube. So I appreciate everybody's patience who watches my videos and all of that sort of stuff. I'm going to let y'all ride. I'm going to go ahead and get into this game a little bit. I appreciate you watching. God bless. Peace.